Hi, I'm James, and I'm going to talk to you on behalf of City Plus. First of all, I'd like to introduce our target market, which are the city bike schemes. Over 14 countries, there's 237 schemes running between universities, colleges, and county councils, like the one here in Dublin. So currently, Dublin has 500,000 annual users who pay a €20 subscription fee to use the city bikes daily. There's 78 bike terminals around Dublin. The 78th opened on Saturday this week, and today we have another set of terminals opening in Galway and Cork City, all sponsored by Coca-Cola. This has provided over 8 million journeys since its opening in 2009. So I'll just walk you through our storyboard of Suzanne and how we got to the concept. So Suzanne is a busy, full-time working woman in the city. One morning, she forgot to plug her phone in. As you know, the smartphone battery dies, her alarm never went off, and she got up late. So as she was using her city bike to get into work, she thought it'd be really handy if there was a way to charge her device, so she has at least the ability to contact the office and let them know what's happening with her. So we decided we had to fix this onto a bike, and also have the ability to connect a phone onto the bike safely and waterproof, because Ireland isn't great for weather. So we also need an app as well to tell you your location, what you're actually doing on the bike. Your speed is quite important on a bike, especially in some of the areas, and the amount of calories you're counting as well daily. So to get to this, we developed our smart lighting system. All city bikes have a dynamo in the front wheel. This is used to power the front light and the rear light on all the bikes, and it's left on consistently as you're cycling. So we thought there's a better way to use some of the energy you're putting into the light. We said you can power your phone. I want to add some extra smarter features. You have a GPS, a speedometer, a barometer. This allows you to track your speed, count the calories you use when cycling. And the GPS tracks your mapping patterns. And tied in with our app we've developed, you can almost race yourself like a ghost cycling path every day, and hopefully get fitter as you're cycling to work. So the big question is, like, who does this benefit, and why is it marketable? So there's two main consumer groups. There's the end users, being Suzanne, cycling to work every day on their average 13-minute cycle journey to work. That's already 85% of the journeys taken by Dublin city bikes are under 13 minutes. But even in those 13 minutes, you could charge your smartphone up to 15% in such a small time, as well as feel a bit better at the end of it. But then it also benefits Dublin County Council and gives them an increased revenue stream as well for the money they put into the bike programme. The information gathered is being transmitted wirelessly over Bluetooth from our small lamp that fits on the front of the bike to their docking stations where you park your bike at night. This allows the city to build up a reservoir of information about where the cyclists are during the day, when it's most busiest, what streets are used, if any one-way lanes are being used the wrong way, and kind of general information about the street conditions as well. The barometer on the front light will also have a sine wave that'll get worse if the street is bad. I know that doesn't affect the cobbles in Dublin. And then it's sponsors as well. Coke have just taken over, and they've launched a massive campaign to show how proactive they're being about people's health. We can actually count the calories people use just cycling to work every day. This information can be uploaded to the cloud via the locking system at night, and you can have an interactive marketing scheme with Coke set up to show you've burnt 10 million calories in the course of this month in Dublin. Why not treat yourself to a Coke? So I'd like to thank you all for your time and invite any questions.
Can you talk a little bit about your revenue model?
So the rest of the development team's coming down. So this one is, we made the unit for, it cost €15 over the weekend, say, for the parts we used. This can be obviously broken down if you're going at a larger scale. The real market though is we have to sell this to. We get the cost down, but it's not going to matter if Marseille, they're a French company, they're now based in Hungary. They make 86% of the world's city bikes. They have a contract, they make them near indestructible if you've ever tried to take one apart. So we'd have to contact them and then set up the revenue stream. Be it selling the actual device completed to them, you can retrofit it to the current model. That's what the little hole in the back matches the city bike's model exactly, and the wires go in the same place. So there's no kind of tweaky bits when you're trying to install the new light compared to the old one. But the real money for us could be either selling the information gathered from the Bluetooth system back to the county councils to improve city planning, or like advertisers such as Coke, and we can tell advertisers where a big population density is when they're cycling to work, or just other day-to-day activities, as well as tourist spots. And as a lot of tourists use the bike schemes as well, we can tell them where to go and include on our app, which we have working. I think we showed you all earlier, where the best locations are, where it's perhaps not as busy at this time of day that you could go to and get the full experience in.
Sorry, just explain the cash benefit to Dublin City Council is what exactly?
So the more information gathered, it depends on how the licensing agreement is, I guess, with when we sell the product, if it were to them. As it's their terminals based to lock the bikes, so they would be getting the signal up to their server from their terminal. So they could then sell the information on, depending on which way it branched out. The real benefit as well would be giving the county council the information of the cycle.
So they're investing in more information.
Yes.
Rather than making cash.
Well, yeah, they won't be earning cash, but they could potentially use the information or.
So you're going to sell it to them. You're going to sell this to them.
Yeah.
To them.
Oh, sorry, that's going to be to Marseille.
So an accessory for them.
Yeah, but it could be delivered to the individual county councils themselves, as they maintain the bikes after Marseille sell them to them. So retroactive, like to fit them now, you have to go to Dublin County Council and approach them with the idea and fit them on the bikes for them. Whereas Marseille would be the new areas like the Cork and Galway today, you would have the new bikes brand new with your system attached. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Okay.